wasn't really ready to start the video, but I started it, so might as well just go get into it, you know? I'm taking off my shoes. I am gonna do some like bleach painting today. I have my garments that I chose. I'm doing like 2 tank tops and then this denim vest. That's my plan at least. I don't know if I'll do all of them today, but I want to at least try and see if I can do something cool with at least one of them. And I'm going to start with the one that I care about the least, just in case I screw it up. So, I have my navy blue, I think this is an old navy tank top from probably 2012, and it's got like the high neck halter type look to it. I don't know, it's just kind of plain and boring, so I'm gonna like try to give it some new life, and if I like it, I'll wear it, and then if I don't like it, then maybe I'll sell it as an art piece. So that's my plan. I have my bowl of bleach and water. I did like 2/3 ratio. I don't really know what the correct ratio is, but that's what I'm doing. And then I have some old paintbrushes I don't really care about. This one is dirty, so I'm afraid to use it. Some of them are just dirty, and that's okay. You know, I don't really expect it to come out perfect. I don't really expect anything that I try to do for the first time to come out perfect, or I really try not to, because that's like the bane of my existence, is thinking I can do something perfect on the first try. But when it comes to art, I don't do too bad. I surprise myself sometimes. So like I'm confident, but not super confident, if that makes sense. I have my cardboard to slide in between my garments so that my design doesn't bleed through. I have my gloves so that I don't get bleach on my hands in case I spill or something like that. I have my towel under my butt that is already messed up with bleach, so I figured it won't hurt to just use that in case it does bleed through somehow. I probably should have rolled this tank top first. There's a little bit of hair on it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm trying to get this to be as flat as I can, and I think I'm just gonna like pull the straps up, because I'm not gonna paint the straps as far as I know. They're like that elasticy material. I don't think that, well, it probably would bleach, honestly, but I don't have any plans for that yet. I don't really have any plans in general, actually, for this. I probably should figure that out first. I don't really know what I want to do. I don't know if I've really been wanting to try to do like the bleach printing, where you take something with some kind of shape and press it into the bleach and then press it onto your design. I think that that's really cool, and I have some ideas, and maybe I should try it today. I don't know, man. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't have any fucking idea. I just really wanted to do this. Maybe I should just like freeball it, and then we can get into just chatting it up, because we're just friends at the end of the day. You and I, we're just friends. And this is like, in this day and age where we're all growing up and we're all so busy, I feel like this is like a good way for us to kind of like touch base, and like you can see what I'm doing, and like, you know, you don't have to reach out if you're too busy, or like if, you know, if there's anything working against you, you don't have to feel like you can't see me, you know, because I'm right here. This is what I'm doing on my day off. She's a little bit beat up. She's got some strings hanging out and whatnot. I was gonna try to sell it, but I mean, she's just so plain. Like, it needs something. I just don't know what. I just don't know what it needs. I'm thinking. Also, the fact that I'm recording with my phone means that like I can't use my phone for like reference pictures for things, which is fine, but you know, I kind of like doing that. I kind of like looking at a picture and like copying it, because I'm pretty good at freehanding designs just by looking at it for the most part, depending on what it is. Yeah. I literally, now I'm sitting here, I'm like, I have an idea for my vest that I want to do. I just don't know what I want to do for this one. Because it's just so blank, you know? I'm at a standstill. I don't fucking know. Okay, so I just dissociated for about 5 minutes and I decided I'm just gonna do a spiral. I'm just gonna do something really easy and just do a spiral because this is supposed to be my test. It doesn't have to be perfect. So we're just gonna try that. And, you know, make it a little messy and cool. Anyway, so back to what I was wanting to talk about. Well, I've been thinking like all this week about how we all have things that we're afraid of, right? We're all afraid of like worldly things. We're afraid of things that we learn from our childhood, like abandonment, rejection, criticism, judgment, all of those things. And then of course there's like, you know, your fear of heights and stuff like that. All of these things that are kind of ingrained into us and we don't really know where they come from. They kind of just appear when you're faced with something that triggers it. They're all there to protect you. And over time, we can harbor those fears and let them prevent us from doing things that maybe would end up being really fun and exciting and show you some growth. But other times, it might prevent you from falling into something really bad happening to you. And so it really boils down to just experiencing and figuring out what it is exactly that is triggering that, and if it's really a time to resort to your fight or flight. Because I've spent years battling my fight or flight. And I don't know, I just feel like I've learned a lot about myself recently just by kind of like listening to people talk and like sort of understanding and observing like where people are coming from and like why they might feel this way and like how it relates to me or like how it maybe doesn't relate to me, like how I'm different. And that does take like a level of emotional intelligence, but I do believe that everybody is capable. And you know, obviously we see people that don't put in as much effort doing that all the time as maybe some others do and exercising their emotional intelligence. But I feel like that's been like my strongest trait this year that I've been exercising is just like my emotional intelligence and like my care for myself like more than ever. That doesn't mean that I don't battle these things every single day, as well as my fear. Like I do battle my fear every single day, just like I'm sure everybody does, because this world is very scary and, you know, can be unpredictable. And when you're faced with those unpredictable things that make you feel those unpredictable emotions that you don't really know where they're coming from, it's your choice to examine those. And some of us, it takes longer to process those things. And I'm just realizing that like within all of the times, within like even just the past few years that I have sat there and like froze or like not known how to respond to somebody, or like I just ran away because I didn't know like what else to really do there. I was just literally trying to process my emotions, and the world goes so quickly that a lot of the time it doesn't feel like you have the time to even process what you just experienced, because everybody is already running on this like worldly timer. We are all programmed to just rush ourselves into figuring things out, because by the time that you're already trying to process things, it's already over, and then everyone's like, get over it. Like I just feel like growing up, like now, like as an adult, looking back on like my child self, and like not even just my child self, but like my young adult self, like looking back and like basically reprocessing all of the times that I felt like I couldn't process, like I'm realizing it's not my fault. Like everybody is always rushing you, and everything is so rushed all the time, and I am part of the problem. Like I rush myself more than anybody rushes me, and now that I'm able to look at it from a different way, it's like, well, now I can release the guilt, you know? I can release that guilt of feeling like, well, I should have just done this, or oh, if I had just not done that, or, you know, sitting there and like weighing out what I could have done differently, because that's like all that I ever really have done, is like sat there and weighed out what could have went differently, and how I could have like not hurt someone's feelings, or how a situation could have went better, how I could have kept a job or a friendship, or like, you know, any of those normal human types of things that we all go through. I'm just finding peace within knowing that it's not always something that I have to fix. Like, the world works against us. You're actually a really good fucking person. And that's why I'm talking to you right now. Because you're here, I'm here. We obviously share the appreciation for simpler things in life, like sitting on our porch and like painting clothes, like taking it slow, sipping your little drinky drink, you know? A fly just landed on my straw, but it's fine. You know? And not everybody is ready for that realization and that emotional intelligence that it takes to realize that you're not the problem. And it's not even like in a narcissistic way. It's not in an egotistical way. It's in the way of, I need to stop caring, because caring so much is narcissistic. Thinking all the time that, oh, it was me, I could have done something differently, that is narcissistic. You thinking that no one else could be the problem is narcissistic. And I feel like the more that you realize that, the more that weight kind of gets lifted off your shoulders, and you can kind of look around and see that we all are guilty for the way that this all fucking doesn't work. But we're also all not at fault, because we're just people, and we can only do so much. Our minds only go so far, and our bodies only go so far, and time is fucking endless, it seems, and we still just treat it like we don't have all this time. Like, we have to hurry, we have to make everything happen like so fast. Like, even just a bit ago, I was rushing myself to try to think of a design, and I was like, no, let me just sit here and fucking zone out about it. Like, let me think about when I was a kid and I used to think really hard about what I wanted to draw, because it was so important to me in the moment. Why would we take that moment away? Because one day I'm gonna sit there and remember me sitting here on the porch and talking to my phone and like painting a tank top. Like, this is all just gonna be a memory one day. And so the less misery I can create within realizing the tension that I have around just existing and like being good and being right all the time, and constantly being in tune with like how my fear is affecting me, like if I can use that to my advantage instead of letting it control me, then I'm gonna be fucking unstoppable, and you will too. This tank top is turning out really fucking cool, dude. I'm really happy with it. This looks dope as fuck. I'm definitely gonna wear this summer, for sure. Oh my gosh, like, can I show this to you guys? That is gnarly, bro. It's still developing on the outside because I just, you know, I was speed running it, but that is like, it's like a portal. It looks so sick. I love that the bleach on the navy blue is turning to like a reddish orange. It's so 4th of July. I love it. This is so cool. Oh yeah. Wow, I could just sit here and talk to you guys forever. this might be a long one, but considering that I basically talked about everything that I wanted to say, I feel like I said everything I wanted to say. I mean, I was kind of just, you know, rolling with the punches, but still, I feel like I said everything I wanted to say, for the most part. I always want to say more. I love talking to myself. I love talking to my friends. It's nice to do this because I can process without feeling like I have a time constraint, you know? Talking to myself allows me to just kind of say what I need to say and not worry about interrupting people or being too fast or too slow. Like I don't have to think when I'm just by myself. And that's one of the things that I've also learned in the past few years is like being alone isn't that scary once you just start doing it and talking to yourself, even if it looks crazy. Like I support you. I support you. If there's no one out there that doesn't think it looks crazy, then I support you because I talk to myself all the time and it's actually very therapeutic. So, anyways, I'm gonna keep adding some finishing touches to this. I'll probably get to those today, probably, because I'm already here. I have a big bowl of bleach. I might as well. I'm not doing anything. But regardless, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting with me while I make something cool and give it a new life. And I hope that you guys are having a good June so far. And I hope that, you know, you're enjoying this weird weather if you're in Kansas. And I hope that everything that you wish for comes true this year. I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.